it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video for you. We're gonna be testing out the new GlamLite Ice Cream Dream Palette. This is what the outside of the packaging looks like. It did come in a PR box that really wasn't PR because I paid for this. That is super cute. It looks like an ice cream truck, but it's up on my shelf for decoration. But I'm glad the palette is rectangular because something like this is a whole lot easier to store than something that's extremely weirdly shaped. But the outside of the packaging is super cute. So you have that super shiny gold cone and it's like acrylic. And then this is clear acrylic and you can shake around the sprinkles that are actually beads. So this palette has 30 shades for $45, and GlamLite has a really nice formula. It has a really big mirror on this side. I'm not going to show you all of it, but this is what the palette looks like. And what impressed me about this one is part of the reason why I didn't get the cake palette is it was just bright colors, and like it wasn't something I felt like I could use all the time because I have no issue using color, y'all know that, but you know, sometimes you need some basic. So we're gonna start off by swatching this. I've got so many palettes sitting over here, it's not even funny. So we've got the shade Chocolate, Black Cherry, love that color, Red Velvet, which really doesn't look like red velvet, but it's a beautiful coral shade, Pumpkin, and French Vanilla. So I did go ahead and touch a couple of these because I couldn't resist. And GlamLite really does have a good eyeshadow formula. So we're gonna start swatching. So we've got Chocolate, Black Cherry, Red Velvet, Pumpkin, and French Vanilla. I am a terrible swatcher. I'll be the first to admit it. And especially if swatching them on my wrist, I always have problems with it. Not sure why, but I'm trying to use all 5 fingers. Then we've got Butter Pecan. That's beautiful. Salted Caramel. Look at that shimmer. Raspberry. Rocky Road. And Pecan Praline. So we've got Butter Pecan, Salted Caramel, that's gorgeous, Raspberry, Pecan Praline, or Rocky Road, Pecan Praline. So let's go ahead and wipe those swatches and then we'll swatch some more. Okay, next up we've got Taro, that's beautiful, Gelato, Cookie Dough, Cotton Candy, Strawberry Cheesecake. So Taro, Gelato, Cookie Dough, Cotton Candy, Strawberry Cheesecake. I love that there's a lot of shimmers in comparison to mattes. Oh, what did I do? I missed 2 shades. I brought 2 of them down. So lemon and peanut butter. Lemon, peanut butter were the last 2. Strawberry Cheesecake and Cotton Candy were on the next row. As I said, I'm terrible at swatching. Strawberry, that's beautiful. Blueberry Cheesecake. Birthday Cake. Mochi. Honey Lavender. Strawberry, that's a beautiful pink. Blueberry Cheesecake. Birthday Cake, that's gorgeous. Mochi, Honey Lavender. Now some of these aren't swatching as strong, but one thing I will tell you is looking at this palette, several of these shades like the metallics feel like the metallics in the Huda Beauty palette. Like the cookie dough has those flakes in it where it's like more multi-dimensional. So then we have mint chocolate. That's pretty. Rainbow sherbet. That one felt a little harder than the rest. Orange cream. Bubblegum. Pistachio. So let's go. Mint chocolate. Rainbow sherbet. Orange cream. Bubblegum. Pistachio. So pretty. And I didn't buy anything else from the collection because I have so many lip glosses and all that kind of stuff. Then we have Cookie Monster, green tea, and mango. So, Cookie Monster, green tea, and mango. Very, very pretty. Very pastel. This seems a little late in the year for a palette like this to come out, but GlamLite is known for doing more like bright colors and not really bright colors. Well, yeah, bright colors, lots of pastels. And, you know, this year with Rona and all that, you know, it's kind of messed things up. So right now I'm just taking and blending in the ABH eye primer. It's not my favorite primer for this stuff. I mean, it's not a bad primer. I'm not a big fan of how liquidy it is, but because I'm working with pastels and my eyelids have hyperpigmentation that pastels typically won't cover, and I want to get really true to life color payoff, if that makes sense. So I have to use something that has a little bit of pigment so it's not so drastic. Okay, so we're gonna grab the e.l.f. eye tapes. I use these pretty much every single time I do my eyeshadow because it's what works for my eye shape. And you know, as I've said before, I think there's something to it whenever you get to a certain age, or at least for me, where I have figured out, you know, what works for me, but it may not work for you. Those look pretty even. Even-ish. Okay, so trying to decide, should I do green, yellow, orange? Should I do some pink? Should I do some purple? That's the thing whenever you get a palette like this, you're like, what should I do? Because I know I don't want to do a beige look. Not yet with it anyway. But the good thing about this palette is there is so many different things that really could be done with it. So I think I'm going to grab, this is the BK Beauty 203 brush. And I think what we're gonna do is start with mango, that really bright lemon. And I'm gonna start by applying that in my innermost corner. See how that goes? Yellows are not always a friend of mine when it comes to eyeshadow. Again, because of my skin color. I run the gambit between light, medium, and tan sometimes. It depends on how much I'm out in the sun. And I do try to, well, I use sunscreen religiously. But, and I'm sorry for the beeping, they're doing some construction across the street and I tried to wait for it to stop, but it wasn't stopping. So I was like, well, you know, I guess it is what it is. So I like how that is going on. I'm gonna take, this is the BK Beauty 201. Love this brush, and I'm just gonna take and soften that front part up just to make sure it's nice and soft. I think I might try to grab some of that yellow and place it with the softer brush. And I probably won't use every shade today. I'm just, you know, testing it out, telling you what I think. I mean, for me, color story is probably one of the most important things whenever I'm looking at a palette. Myself personally. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my 201 brush again. I'm dusting off that yellow, and we're gonna go into Pistachio, which is that lime green. And we're just gonna dust that in the middle, which definitely needs to be built up. But this isn't a packing brush. This is more of a shader brush. So that way I can get the blend that I want to. And then I can worry about brightening up the colors. And just kind of keep building on it. Because again, I'm going and doing an eye look that is not my most comfortable, to be honest. I mean, pastels are not always the best friend whenever you're darker, and I'm not even that dark. I do like how it's performing though. I'm getting nice, even pigmentation. And I'll probably go back and re-add some more yellow just to kind of brighten it up. Now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the shade Green Tea, which is more of a deeper teal blue. Looks like this. And use that on the outermost edge. I think that'll be a really pretty fade, and I might use like more pinks and purples on the bottom. Looks like I picked up Cookie Monster. So if you look, there is some kick up in the pan. You can see all the dust everywhere, but that's part of the reason why I do my eyes first. And I am having some patchiness over here, but that could be my eye. Because what I really want to do is keep the edges really soft and blended, and then I think I'm gonna like pack on some more pigment. Let's see, another 201. This is a clean 201, and I'm just gonna take that over the edges. And now I'm going to take, this is that original 203 brush, and we're gonna start with the darkest color, which is the Green Tea. And I'm just going to kind of pack that on. See if I can get that without. That's kind of fixing the, you know what this really reminds me of is tie-dye. This look is screaming tie-dye to me. Okay, clean that off, go into Pistachio. Kind of bring some more color back into it. And then last but not least, we're gonna grab the brush again and go back into Mango to add in more bright yellow. Okay, loving how this is looking. Very tropical, don't you think? I think it's very, very tropical. So now what we're going to do, trying to figure out how I want to do, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Too Faced glitter glue and we're gonna spread it pretty much all over the lid. You know, y'all know if you've watched me for a while, I pretty much don't do a shimmer without some type of glitter glue. It's what works best for me. Okay, so I think we're gonna dip into Birthday Cake first. That picks it beautifully. And I'm going to pretty much bring that all the way to the end and keeping it on my actual eyelid. That's a pretty color. And I'm kind of patting and kind of dragging, not a whole lot of dragging, but mainly just kind of patting to get the color where I want it to be. That's pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe that off and we're going to go into the shade Lemon for the front portion of the eye and really kind of blend those two shades together. That's pretty. Very, very pretty. And I'm just taking my brush and slightly going over the edge. So see how it creates that blend between the two colors? Nothing too major. Okay, where is, okay. So now I'm gonna pick up my fluffy brush again. We're gonna grab green tea and just really make sure the edges are blended together. Grab Pistachio. And then last but not least, Mango. Okay. So let's take a look at that. I think that looks really good, especially for first time touching this. I really am impressed with the shimmers in this palette. They are stunning. So give me a moment. I'm gonna take and go do the rest of my face off camera and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line. So as you can see, I'm back. I am loving this eyeshadow look. I think it looks phenomenal. I did put on false eyelashes today. I don't wear them very often. These are the Eyelure 3/4 length in the 005. This is my favorite style of eyelash. This is what the little packaging looks like. They're perfect. I don't have to trim them. They're not too much for my eye shape. So I love how these look. I used the Hourglass Mini Lighting Edit Mini Ambient Lighting palette from this year. I did take and use just a tiny bit of liquid black eyeliner to make the edge of my eyelashes darker, and Pat McGrath mascara. And on my lips, I used the NARS Precision Lip Pencil. Does this tell me a shade? This one I don't think tells me a shade, it's just a pinky nude. And then I used the Celine Lip Gloss by Lunar Beauty, wherever that is. This over the top. I'm loving this lip gloss. So let's go ahead and finish out this eye look. So I think what I want to do is, Where is my little brush? Okay, so I'm gonna grab, this is a 205 brush. And I think I'm gonna pick up the shade Black Cherry, which is like that deepest pink that's in here. And just ever so slightly apply that under my eyes. And I do own another GlamLite palette, just in case you're wondering. I own the Artist palette. That's part of the reason why I know what GlamLite's quality is for the most part. And I enjoy it. But not everybody has to, you know. To each their own. Now I'm gonna grab a teeny tiny brush. Okay, so this is the Sigma E27 detailed blending brush. I'm gonna go into the shade Honey Lavender, that purple blue. It's like a, well, I mean, it's a true lavender, but I just thought that this would really kind of, yeah, help tie the top and bottom together. Because see how it really kind of makes that pink lean more purple? Because purple really needed to be in this to kind of connect everything. Let me dust away a little bit of, got a little extra purple under there. That looks really, really pretty. Okay, so now last but not least, we're gonna do our inner corner. So I think I'm gonna use the shade French Vanilla, which is that white shimmer shade. So it picks up pretty well in the brush, but I am gonna wet the brush. This is the BK Beauty 207. Okay. And apply that right in my inner corner. Oh yeah, see how much that brightened that up? Okay. I love that shade. I love this shade. Look at that. How bright that looks. Okay, and then for my waterline, I'm gonna use the ColourPop BFF Gel Cream Eyeliner in Amethyst Hour, which is just a very pale lavender. Okay, and last but not least, let's add a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes, and we'll talk about this palette. Okay, so do you need this palette? Well, nobody needs an eyeshadow palette. Let's put it that way. I mean, eyeshadow is fun, but it's really not a necessity. In my world, I feel like it is a necessity, but it really isn't. But I do love how this look came out. I cannot wait to play with it some more. And I mean, the price to me, the price point isn't terrible, $45. And I think I had a discount code off of this as well. I think that's what it was after shipping. So, and it came rather quickly. But I am loving the look that I created with this. What do you think? And I am no artiste by any means. You know, y'all know I just play. But I do love how this came out. So if you're interested, I would definitely say it's pretty darn good. The shimmers are the standout for it. That French Vanilla shade in my inner corner, look at that. That's just amazing. And then the Birthday Cake shade, awesome. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is typically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I guess that's it, so we shall see y'all soon. Bye.